Hello and welcome to a new type of Nibble-Cast. This new series will look at the game Evolve, focusing on both hunters and monsters, giving an overview of each one with pros, cons and tips to help you become a better Evolve player. For those of you who are not familiar with Evolve, the premise of the game is fairly simple. You are either one of two teams, alone as a monster, or part of a 4-person squad called the Hunters. The game itself is split into 3 main game modes: Hunt, Arena and Defend, which are all as their names suggest. As opposed to the instructional videos provided in-game, this series is to give a list of rankings and an opinionated overview of each hunter and monster. I expect some may agree or disagree, but that's for the comment section to decide. Today we are looking at the Assault class, starting with Markov. Markov is usually referred to as the good all-rounder. He does not exceed in any one area, but never lets you down when it comes to consistent damage. This is usually the first hunter people play in Evolve, since the role is fairly straightforward, and Markov is the first assault in the list before unlocking the rest, excluding DLC of course. Markov's arsenal is a fairly varied one, main of which is his lightning gun. This is a big damage dealer for Markov. Its short-range blast can inflict a reasonable amount of damage if you consistently hit the monster. The only thing to bear in mind is that if the chain of lightning keeps breaking, you're not going to do enough damage to affect the overall outcome of the game. Try to keep the circular crosshair on the monster. If you're playing Arena or Defend game modes, I would recommend either taking the Capacity perk or the Reload perk to maximise the amount of time you can use the lightning gun. The pros and cons for this gun are that its range is slightly better than most other assaults, its spread does allow for a margin of error while aiming, and it can clear entire packs of wildlife quickly. The cons are that the lightning gun can sometimes take more time to recharge in comparison to other assault close quarter weapons, and it can sometimes link onto the wrong target. The second gun is the Assault Rifle, an unusually rare sight in Evolve, as it is a weapon that most FPS players will be familiar with, rather than the strange arsenal some of the other hunters have. The Assault Rifle is fairly unremarkable. Although it has much larger range than the lightning gun, its damage is meagre and should only really be used when the lightning gun is recharging or the monster is running out of range. This secondary is where Markov is slightly lacking in comparison to some of the other assaults, in my opinion. A small plus is that with targets on the monster provided by other hunters, the assault rifle does become useful, exceeding the damage of the lightning gun. Lastly, the Ark Mine. These mines deliver a huge amount of damage to the monster, that is if you're placing them smartly. Since the mines themselves have a huge glowing arc around them, they are fairly easy to spot and avoid. In my experience, the mines are best used for one of two purposes: protecting other hunters by putting them in key areas when inside the dome, or putting them in areas which you know the monster will be looking to escape through. The best Markovs I've seen put them outside the dome area, on ledges after the monster retreats, something most monsters won't expect. In summary, Markov is the best average assault in the game. The main pros are that he's a good all-rounder, there's no area Markov truly fails in, the mines are huge damage dealers, and for newer players he's an easy way into the game. The cons are that his secondary is pretty poor unless you have targets, he does rather average damage, and that the mines can be fairly easily seen. Overall, Markov for me comes in as a solid 5 out of 10, totally average. If you agree with this, please leave a comment. If you disagree, leave a comment. But please, if you have enjoyed this, like and subscribe to the video, and I will see you next time.